Rocksteady's Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League has hit the shelves, but you may have noticed that the squad is made up of some skilled but pretty squishy members, except for maybe King Shark. But in the comics, there are more than enough Suicide Squad members who could take on the Justice League by themselves. Then what better way to start us off than the world's deadliest assassin, with physical abilities 10 times that of a normal human and the ability to use 90% of his brain. Deathstroke is a guy that has proven himself more than enough times. He has fought multiple different members of the Justice League, and even when his natural abilities have not been enough, he has found numerous ways to power himself up enough to get the job done, even being able to fight on par with Superman. He has taken down the Atom, Impulse, Batman, Kid Flash, the Phantom Lady, Uncle Sam, and obviously the Teen Titans. During Identity Crisis, he nearly took down the entire Justice League, taking down each member with methods tailored to each of their strengths and weaknesses before they rallied. And if that weren't enough, during Marvel and DC Present the Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans, Deathstroke literally beat and captured Marvel's X-Men. Understandably, Deathstroke's time in the Suicide Squad was quite short. Appearing during the new Suicide Squad series, Deathstroke pursues a group of Russians who then offer him a more profitable deal, and he just takes it and leaves the squad like a badass. Next up, gifted with a deep connection to plant life, Poison Ivy's powers encompass both botanical manipulation and a heightened affinity for nature. She can communicate with plants, control their growth, and command them to bend to her will, utilizing them as powerful weapons or protective barriers. And she can do this on a global scale. Her toxic touch, stemming from her ability to secrete potent pheromones, makes her a dangerous foe in close combat, assuming combatants can even get that close to her in the first place. Her expertise in biochemistry allows her to concoct various deadly toxins and antidotes, making her a master of botanical chemistry, and she can pretty much heal herself at will. It was revealed by Swamp Thing that Poison Ivy's abilities may have a semi-mythical component. He has further stated that her power rivals his own, calling her the May Queen, a personification of spring and summer. She's one of the most powerful Suicide Squad members, if not the strongest member of the Suicide Squad in the comics. Now, in the first film adaptation of Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller claims that El Diablo is one of the most powerful metahumans in the world. And honestly, there's some pretty compelling evidence to back that up. As much as that movie just wasn't really it, they did give a pretty good display of their squad members' abilities. Chado Santana's powers are based in magic, which he originally gained from the original El Diablo, Lazarus Lane, who saved him after a brutal encounter with Chado's own gang. In the newer continuity, he gains his powers from his connection with the fallen angel Chutriel. Either way, he takes revenge on his former gang, but during the fire that he created, he accidentally took the lives of innocents and decided to hand himself over to the authorities, where he became a part of the squad. His flames are so hot that they are capable of easily wiping out other superhumans. He can bend and twist these flames at will, and can even use them defensively by generating a wall of flames capable of literally melting bullets mid-flight. But on top of that, he actually has a level of durability that has let him survive blows from Behemoth, Bloodletter, and even a powerful White Martian. And because of his fallen angel origins, if he happens to die, he will be resurrected. He can take on a demon form, and even if it all goes belly up, he can literally unleash the fallen angel onto the world. So yeah. Now, similar to how El Diablo harnesses fire to become a force to be reckoned with, Killer Frost harnesses, well, frost. But instead of being powered by a demon or an angel, Louise Lincoln's power is centered around thermokinetic cryokinesis, which for the rest of us means that she takes extremely elevated temperatures and converts the thermal energy to make her sub-zero powers even stronger. This means that while other icy-based metahumans have a weakness to flamethrowers, fire-based abilities, or just general heat, those things just make Louise even stronger. Basically, if her and El Diablo ever fought, he would just add fuel to her fire. Or to her ice, I guess. During the 1 year later storyline, she even claimed to be able to absorb the thermal energy of the sun, and in Justice League vs. Suicide Squad number 2, she actually did it in a way, absorbing yellow solar energy from Superman to not only subdue him completely, but to freeze the entire Justice League. So yeah, it's safe to say she could wipe them out. Now next up, Parasite was drafted into the Suicide Squad in New Suicide Squad number 9. Arguably one of the strongest members to ever join the squad, Parasite is an incredibly powerful villain, and one that could and has taken on many members of the Justice League. It's all thanks to his ability to absorb the powers and abilities of the people he touches, which has made him a threat to even Superman on many occasions. So he can suck up other people's powers, but on top of that, by absorbing excessive amounts of energy, Parasite's body mutates and becomes even stronger and stronger. But that was in the past. After absorbing the powers of Strange Visitor and a Shapeshifter, his powers got upgraded even further. Now, Parasite can go through an extended period of time in which he can keep the powers he absorbs, plus he also developed the ability to absorb the memories of the people he touches, allowing him to learn the secret identities of heroes, which that's a pretty big problem. Next up is Black Adam. Black Adam has essentially the same powers that are possessed by Shazam, but for Black Adam, his ideologies and ruthless nature mean that he is simply much more capable than Shazam because he does not hold himself back. All we have to do to see how capable Black Adam is to take a peek at 2007's World War III event, or as I like to call it, Black Adam versus literally everyone. Black Adam single-handedly goes up against, beats the snot out of, and even takes the life of some of the combined forces of the JSA, Captain Marvel, China's Great 10, the Phantom Stranger, Martian Manhunter, Power Girl, Wonder Woman, Stargirl, Plastic Man, Jay Garrick, several Green Lanterns, and even more. And almost no one can take him down for the whole run of the comic. It's absolutely insane. Now, given his level of power, he wasn't really forced to be on the squad. Instead, during the period between Suicide Squad Volume 2 and 3, he requested their aid to fight the villain Cersei, and was technically part of the team, but I've gotten by on technicalities before, so we're good. The Enchantress of the DC Universe is a mystical force of nature. June Moon accidentally stumbled upon the being known as Zamor at a costume party in an old castle and was granted magical abilities that activate when she says the word Enchantress. She would actually be a monster hunter of sorts until she took her first heel turn and fought Supergirl. Since then, she has been a semi-regular on the Suicide Squad. June Moon has been referred to as one of the most powerful spellcasters on Earth. She's been able to manipulate the very atmosphere of Earth. She can teleport, control fire and other elements, cast illusions, heal herself and others super fast, create and manipulate all forms of energy. She can become intangible, and she can fly. Plus, she has shown the unique ability to tap into the magic of others, such as Eclipso, the Spectre, and even Shazam. And she was able to gain the full powers and strength of Shazam by doing so. When June first took her turn towards darkness, she was even threatening to wipe the very concept of superpowers from existence in the DC universe, and she almost did it too if it wasn't for Supergirl's intervention. She can manipulate reality itself, and a prime example of that is when she kept the entire Justice League at bay with a storm of teeth. And we don't even know the full extent of what she's actually capable of yet, but John Constantine said that she was capable of destroying the world, so there's that. Next up, Clifford Zmek was a participant in a government experiment which caused him to tap into the quantum field, allowing him to manipulate dark matter. Now, we have no idea what that really means because we don't even really know what dark matter is, but in DC Comics, the dark matter in Major Force's body allows him to do incredible things like absorb energy, fly, regenerate, and even create light constructs like a Green Lantern. Another side effect of all this concentrated energy inside of him means that he will go off like a nuclear bomb if he is cut. That on its own is a huge power boost, simply because now, as a result, most superheroes can't even risk fighting Major Force, just in case that they cut him. But then on top of that, even if he does blow up, ripping apart his own body on an atomic level, the dark matter that he controls will just put Major Force back together again. And that's not even everything. Not only is Major Force a physical threat, but he is also, just to top it off, a psychological genius. Simply by talking to the Green Lantern Kyle Rayner, Major Force convinced the superhero to give up his power ring, the source of his power and one of the most dangerous weapons in the DC universe. Now, as far as Suicide Squad members go, not many of them are legit intergalactic conquerors, but Mongul II absolutely is. The son of the original Mongul, Mongul II has stood toe-to-toe not only with the Man of Steel, but also Batman and Wonder Woman at the same time, and that is one heck of a feat. He became a part of the Suicide Squad during Adventures of Superman number 593 in 2001, during a time that Lex Luthor had become president. Lex Luthor essentially got Amanda Waller to put together a new squad under the name Project Suicide Squad, to help out Superman face the Imperiex threat. This guy has the strength, durability, and energy projection to face off against not only the Trinity, but he even wrestled leadership of the Yellow Lanterns from Arkelo and almost beat Sinestro using yellow constructs and only lost because Sinestro had to cheat. Oh, and like I said, intergalactic conqueror. Last up for us today, hailing from the planet Krypton, General Zod possesses the same superhuman abilities as Superman due to their shared origin. These abilities include super strength, speed, invulnerability, heat vision, and flight, making him a physical match for the Man of Steel. What sets Zod apart is that he was originally the leader of the military defense for the Kryptonian Science Council. He betrayed the Science Council after learning that they were lying to him about the inevitable destruction of the planet Krypton, and was banished to the Phantom Zone. His combat experience and training, plus his tactical genius and willingness to do literally whatever he needs to, make him a fearsome adversary in battle and give him a level of control over his abilities under a yellow sun that brought him up to par with Superman with a quickness. In 2016 Suicide Squad, the team are sent on a mission to Russia to retrieve or destroy an unknown device. Turns out that that device is actually a portal to the Phantom Zone, and out walks General Zod, incinerating Captain Boomerang down to his ankles. He was eventually captured by the squad and briefly forced onto the team thanks to a kryptonite brain bomb courtesy of Amanda Waller, which he eventually lasered out of his own head. But that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I'll catch you nerds on the flippy flop, but until then, peace out, nerds.